Welcome back. You're watching The Money Show, and it's time to get your portfolio queries answered. I have with me Amol Joshi, founder of Plan Rupee Investments, to answer all of your queries today. Amol, good evening and welcome to the show. Just in case you're watching the show live and want to send across your questions, you can do that via WhatsApp number and email ID, and we will include your show or your question on the show and get your portfolio queries answered live. The WhatsApp number is 86579745571, and the money show at etnow.tv is the email ID. All right, so let's begin with Jashi Kohli's question, Amol, and he wants to do an SIP for 3 months old daughter, and beginning with 5,000 rupees per month, and then he's going to step it up by 10% every year. It's for the bright future of her daughter, and the time horizon is 15 to 20 years. What kind of funds would you recommend?
Right, Kavita. So let me start off by congratulating Jashi Kohli and the daughter for having a wonderful beginning. He's starting almost immediately after the birth of his daughter. Now, as per the details given to us, the 5,000 rupee SIP, since you are accumulating a corpus for education over next 15 to 20 years, Jashi, the 5,000 rupee SIP with a 10% annual top up for 15 years, if it generates a 12% CAGR, you will be able to accumulate a corpus of about 41 lakh rupees. And if your horizon extends from 15 years to 20 years, then the same corpus will grow. Instead of 41 lakhs, it will grow to 72 lakh rupees. You have also asked us about the choice of the schemes. Since you have long term, maybe 1.5 2 decades of investment horizon ahead of you, I would suggest going into equity, and within that, large and mid cap segment would be my preferred suggestion in terms of scheme. And within that scheme categorization or scheme segment, you can choose to invest into Bandhan Core Equity Fund. Last but not the least, since this is mutual fund, since this is actively managed, you do not have to monitor the portfolio on a day-to-day basis or a weekly basis. But definitely, since you are going to opt for a 10% annual top-up, with that, during every year annual review is very, very important to see whether the scheme is performing in line with the peer group and the benchmark index.
All right, let's move on to Anurag Agrawal's question. He says that he's 45-year-old and 15 years of time horizon, and he has a risk-taking capacity as well, and he wants to build a retirement corpus of 3 to 4 crores. And he's investing in a couple of funds. He has UTI Nifty 50 Index, Tata Small Cap, SBI Contra, Nippon India Growth, Tata Quant Small Cap, Nippon India Small Cap, ICICI Pru, Blue Chip, Parag Parikh Flexi Cap. He also has a Mahindra Manulife Multi Cap and SBI Large and Mid Cap. Total investment amount is 60,000 per month via SIP. Amol.
Right. So, Kavita, this is something very, very, often we talk on this show. For a 60,000 rupees SIP, I give it to you, Anurag, that this is this is a decent amount of SIP that monthly SIP that you are putting in. But for no amount of SIP or investment, you should have 10 schemes. Mutual fund schemes themselves are a diversified instruments. One mutual fund scheme in the equity segment can have anywhere between 30 stocks, sometimes going all the way to 80, 100 or slightly more. So there is more than adequate diversification that you can get by investing into a diversified scheme, and 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 schemes are enough as well. So my first and foremost suggestion would be to prune the number of schemes. And from your given list of schemes, I am proposing the allocation 20,000 rupees into Parag FlexiCap Fund, 15,000 rupees each into ICICI Prudential Blue Chip. Of course, FlexiCap Funds gives you exposure across large cap, mid cap, small cap. iPro Blue Chip happens to be a large cap fund. Nippon India Growth Fund for another 15,000 rupees, and for remaining 10,000 rupees, you should go with Quant Small Cap Fund. So reduce your number of schemes from 10 to 4 only. Going to the next level, you have also mentioned your horizon of about 15 years and your target corpus of 3 to 4 crore rupees. Now, to get to 3 to 4 crore rupees, this 60,000 rupees of SIP over 15 years, if this portfolio delivers a 12% kind of CAGR for 15 years, you will be able to reach about 2.85 crore rupees. So as we can see, there is a small shortfall over here. You can simply bridge this gap by doing something called as SIP top up or SIP step up. It simply means that as your income increases in your job or in your profession, you step up or increase your savings rate, investments rate as well. Target anywhere between 6 to 8% or 6 to 8, 10% kind of annual SIP top up, and the gap between 2.85 crore rupees to 3 to 4 crore rupees of target should be breached by doing this.
Great. Let's move on to our next query. Nandini from Bangalore. And Nandini says that she has 10 lakh rupees she wants to invest, and she wants to generate higher returns. That's the only target from this portfolio. And she wants you to advise SIPs, and she wants to do an SIP of 20 to 30,000 per month. And she also has some gold jewelry investment done. Uh, she's asking, is there a way to set up a recurring fund investment in gold through jewelers like Titan and Kalyan for a year? And she wants to invest in gold savings bond. And however, the prices are really high. So, what would be the right time to invest money in gold? So, great that she's thinking of participating in equity, and she also wants to include gold as an asset class, which she definitely should not miss. But then maybe getting the right way to invest in gold is very important. So let's address both of these questions and in two parts. Let's just figure out the SIP in mutual funds, equity mutual funds, and then if something close to SGB that you might want to recommend her for gold investments.
Sure, Kavita. Let's answer this in two parts. Now, I really wish if Nandini was on, in contact with us over a phone call, because there are two parts within the mutual fund questions as well. She has mentioned that she has 10 lakh rupees of one-time lump sum available with us, and she also mentioned whether she should do a 20,000 to 30,000 rupees of SIP. Now, my question to her would be: are you saying that this 20 to 30,000 rupees will come out of the 10 lakh rupees one-time lump sum that you have? Let me address that. If you are not with us here on the show, let me address that with by doing a 20 to 30,000 rupees of monthly investment, you will take almost 3 years to fully deploy this 10 lakh rupees corpus that you have at this stage. So my suggestion is, if you have lump sum, go ahead with lump sum investments. So that is out of the way. Coming to your second question within mutual funds, is for 20 to 30,000 rupees of SIP. I would recommend exposure across large and mid cap as one category and small cap as another category. And my allocation for your 30,000 rupees will be two-thirds, that is 20,000 rupees into Bandhan Core Equity, which is large and mid cap offering, and another 10,000 rupees into small cap fund, that is Nippon India Small Cap. So that takes care of your mutual fund question. Coming to gold, so as Kavita rightly mentioned, it's a great decision on your part to invest in equity as well as not miss out on gold, simply because it gives you asset allocation, and asset allocation is an important part of building any portfolio, be it for medium term or long term. My suggestion to you, a quick suggestion, is if you have 5 to 8 years, preferably 8 years or more investment horizon, then for gold you should consider a product like SGB, that is sovereign gold bond. SGB is unique in the sense that this is the only product that you have available that pays you the interest on annual basis. Interest in the sense, the interest payment is applicable on the gold bonds. You will get interest other than the price movement. So if the physical gold were, for example, were to move from 70,000 to 90,000, let's say in next few years, then you will not just get the price movement, which is 70,000 to 90,000, but you'll also get annual 2.5% of interest. Now, last but not the least, if you are buying physical gold, we always suggest that keep your physical gold and financial gold requirements aside. Do not mix these two, for the simple reason that financial gold, it will be useful to you whenever you are doing asset allocation and rebalancing. And if you use it in a jewelry or a consumption format, the making charges are significant portion or proportion of any gold jewelry, and that's not a very wise decision every time you do gold buying and selling, if your portfolio necessitates it for you.
A detailed explanation, and thank you for that, and thank you for being on the show today, Amol, and answering all of our viewer queries today. On that note, it's a wrap even on the Money Show, but I'm going to leave you with our WhatsApp number and email ID just in case you want to get your life financial planning done by experts. Just send across your questions and we will take it up on the show. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.